Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little different. I am actually going to be baking some brownies and I figured I will have you guys follow along. All my friends know that I love baking and I used to bake all the time, but recently, over the last few years, I've kind of gotten away from it. And now that we're in quarantine, I've been loving getting back to baking. So I think more of this content, I'll try to bring that back to you guys. So I am making um, gooey chocolate brownies. And I will show you guys how to do it. First step first, we are going to set the oven to 320 degrees. And I have a gas oven, so it's going to be set to 320, but if you guys have a, check that. If you guys have a electric, you want to set it to like about 340-ish. So yeah, first I'm gonna follow a recipe that I found online, and I'll link it to you guys. Link it down below for you guys. It sounded really good. So let's see. I am using a square 9-inch Wilton, I believe is the brand, pan, but you can use any 9-inch pan, and I have it lined. I just have the second one on top so that it doesn't mess up the parchment paper. So that line, and then it says melt butter and chocolate together in the microwave. Yeah, so first I will read off the ingredients we need before I do that. So you need 100 grams of butter and 100 grams of flour. It's equal parts butter and equal parts flour. And then you need 200 grams of dark chocolate. So what I used was the dark chocolate chips. It says like chunks chopped, but because I use the chips, I figured it'll melt together easily in the microwave. 4 eggs, which I have right here. The recipe calls for 250 grams of golden caster sugar, but I couldn't find that. This recipe is like one that they use in the UK and like in Sri Lanka and stuff. So I went with granulated sugar, so I got that. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which I almost forgot. It's in here somewhere. Baking powder. And you can use any brand, I just use the Trader Joe's one. And then 300 grams of cocoa, 50 grams of white, it calls for white chocolate chunks, but I couldn't find like a whole white chocolate bar. So I got the white chocolate chips, and these are like mini chips. There we go. So they'll work fine. And then it calls for milk chocolate, so it's equal parts white chocolate and milk chocolate, so 50 grams. And I was able to get Cadbury bar that like I grew up eating and I love. So I just pulled them apart and made it into chunks. And then 2 full handfuls of mini marshmallows. I might have used a little bit more. Doesn't hurt. And I picked up this scale from Target yesterday. Just like a food measuring scale, so it makes it easy. Okay, so we're gonna get started. While the oven is heating up, it says to melt the butter and chocolate together in a microwave bowl. So it's, you melt the dark chocolate and the butter. So I'm just gonna combine them and just melt it. I'm gonna start it at like 30 seconds do 30-second intervals so that it doesn't burn the chocolate. You could do it in a pan, like a double boiler, but it's like too much work on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, so whisk the sugar and the eggs together until the mixture is light and fluffy, and then you fold in the chocolate mixture into the eggs, the chocolate that we're melting, and then you do the flour, baking powder, and cocoa, and you're supposed to sift it. So I'm gonna actually get my little sifter. And then you just fold it. So actually, I'm going to get one of my spatulas. Just gonna get like a basic spatula to use. Let's check this out. Okay, 30 more seconds. And then I'm gonna start. So you don't wanna do like one whole minute at the same time, because then you run into the issue. If you do it one whole minute at the same time, then you run into the issue of it being overbaked. So I'm gonna get started on cracking my eggs. Gonna use the leftover shell. I think there's a teaspoon. Yep, teaspoon. Do you guys ever run into the issue where you have your teaspoon, like the KitchenAid ones, and the lettering is just faded, so you have no idea what it says? Okay. So, and if you ever get eggshells in your bowl, you can always use like the whole eggshell to pull up the other tiny little eggshell. It works great. I don't know what it is, but it works wonderful. And just as I was saying that, I got one on here. So I'm just gonna pull it up. You can probably hear my dog in the background. So what have you guys been doing to help deal with the stress of being quarantined? Earlier in the quarantine, I like made naan, and I really should have like filmed that, but I didn't. So maybe I'll do that next time, one of these videos. So the egg and the chocolate is all melted, so I'm just gonna mix it. There's still a little bit of butter that is not. Did I say egg? I'm sorry, I meant the butter and the dark chocolate is all melted. But yeah, comment down below if you guys like to bake or if you guys cook. I cook a lot. I'm actually currently doing the Whole30, and it requires a lot of cooking. And for those of you who don't know what the Whole30 is, it's basically eating like non-processed, non-sugar, no dairy. So this is not for me. This is actually for my father-in-law, my husband, and my brother-in-law. So that they could enjoy it. It'll be the real testament if I can survive this. 30 more seconds. Because there's still a bit more chunky than I would like. You want that smooth consistency. So I got my 4 eggs in here, and I'm gonna add my 250 grams of sugar. Let's see, just to make sure. Yep, 250 grams of sugar into it, and then just gonna whisk it together. Like grew up in the kitchen, essentially. I like to say my mom would always get me involved when she would bake, and she'd have me on the counter and she'd be baking, and she'll like turn around to grab an ingredient, and I would have my finger in the bowl every time. And then my dad's a chef, so I guess it's in my DNA. It's very soothing when you like create something. Still a little grainy. To feel around to see if you can feel the sugar, just to make sure it's like fully mixed. Hi.
Hello.
Ah, we got Spot and Brandon.
Hi.
I was saying this will be the real challenge.
The what challenge?
This will be the real challenge to see if I could stick the whole 30.
Oh, you will. You've already.
Why didn't I use the mixer?
I don't know. Good question. Why didn't you?
I don't know. Okay.
I'm gonna go back to folding. Or get close folded.
Okay. Just a little bit more. It was pretty well mixed. I just want to be thorough. Okay. I think I should do it. And then we are going, I'm gonna just take this out. We're gonna we're gonna fold the chocolate mixture into the eggs, and then swift the flour, baking powder, and cocoa. So I'm just gonna set that aside. Handy dandy spatula. So I'm just gonna mix the chocolate and the butter. You're just gonna fold it. Oof. Got chocolate dripping all over the place. So I'm just gonna stir it just a tad bit. Until everything is mixed. Can't talk today. Just so soothing, at least for me. I love creating something, and I can't wait to get back more into it. I got the sprinkles cupcakes. Candace Nelson, she is she has like a bunch of cupcakes called Sprinkles Cupcakes, and she has a book, so I was really excited to get it. I'm gonna be testing out some of those recipes soon. Sift together the eggs, the flour, baking powder, and cocoa. Get a little sifter. I don't know why I keep calling it swifter. Taylor Swift. See, you get all the extra lumps out when you sift. And then 30 grams of cocoa powder, and I just use the Hershey's 100% cocoa. I think that focused. We had like a ton of it in the house, so Like, do you guys do this thing where like you guys, oh, I'm gonna bake, and then you're not sure 100% what all the ingredients you have because you forgot to check while you're on the way to the store? I do that. So I have 3 things of those. So it's time to use it up. Just gonna press the cocoa a little bit so it just swifts through. You could totally use a spoon. I'm just too lazy. Okay. It's done. And then a teaspoon of baking powder. Gonna fold in. And you can totally do this one at a time. Like I normally put the flour in, then add the cocoa, and then add the baking powder. But just decided to do it all. And it's definitely getting thicker. I'll show you guys here in a second. Always make sure to scrape the bowl because it has a lot of ingredients. And you don't want to waste anything. It smells so good, oh my goodness. Very chocolatey. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. I love chocolate. I'm like a sucker for chocolate. Okay, now that it's all mixed, I believe the next thing is, so you mix the white chocolate, which I'm using the white chocolate mini chips. And that's 50 grams of that. Chocolate chunks, milk chocolate chunks. I'm actually gonna break like some of these pieces down even a little bit more, just cause they're pretty big. And I want like every bite to have ooey gooey chocolate. Normally I would be like totally taste testing as I'm going, but against Whole30. Okay, just gonna dump the last bit in there. And then 2 handfuls of mini marshmallows. You can do a little extra if you like. Just gonna, always handy to have a little rag to wipe your hands. I hate getting sticky, but I love baking. So I'm just gonna fold that in. it for about 20 to 35 minutes until the tops are cracked, but the middle is set. You can test that by sticking a toothpick in. I just put it on the bottom rack. And set a timer. I'm gonna check in about 25 minutes. So that's it for now. I will bring it back out once it's cooked, and then I will show the final results. I hope you guys like this. If you want me to do more, comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. But this is fun. I love sharing what I love, so can't wait. I baked it for 30 minutes total. You guys could check it at 25 and see how it comes out. And then I'm gonna let it cool, and then I will come back. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I cut them up into little squares. Sewed one up for Brandon. Do you wanna come take a look? So I did it for 30 minutes, but you could really do it for 25 if you want a little bit more of like a messy look. But it smells so good.
It does smell good. Looks good too.
Spot's like right there. He wants some.
You want some, huh, puppy?
You can't have any.
I know. Sorry, it's chocolate, bud.
Alright, so I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And if you guys try this recipe out, tag me on Instagram at Maneesha Sullivan. We got dinner in the fridge, dinner in the oven. But at Maneesha Sullivan. And I hope you guys like this kind of content. I will definitely be filming more as I try out recipes. And I will link this recipe down below. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye!